right, guys. Hey, I am back in studio for another Kids Review Games section of our podcast. And in the studio with me, I have my daughter, Rylan.
Hi.
My daughter, Morgan.
Hi.
And we are going to review Yokai Watch 2. Go ahead, Morgan, or Rylan. Bony. Spirits. How did you want to say Yokai Watch before?
Yokai Watch 2!
Yokai Watch 2. There you go. Yokai Watch 2 for the Nintendo 3DS. We were lucky and fortunate enough to get a review copy from Nintendo. So we've had our hands on this one now for almost 2 weeks, right?
Yes.
Very cool. So can you guys tell me a little bit about... Now, you guys, let's start here. You guys never played Yokai Watch, the first one, because this is Yokai Watch 2, meaning there would have had to been another Yokai Watch before this.
Yeah.
You did not play that, correct?
Wah, wah, wah.
Okay, yeah, you little hams. Okay.
But...
Okay, go ahead, Morgan.
But we do got Yokai 2. Dun, dun, dun.
Okay. So you got to play Yokai Watch 2. Talk to me a little bit about Yokai Watch 2. What did you guys discover? Tell me a little bit about it, Rylan.
We find Yokai Watch.
So what are yokai?
They're like kind of like Pokemon.
Okay. In what way?
You find them anywhere.
Okay, you find them, right? So I guess sort of like Pokemon, in that you can find them and you can kind of catch them, right? And they join you. Now, what are yokai? Do you remember?
Oh no. Well, if you like there's something like mysterious.
Okay, well, mysterious, yeah, that's a good way.
There's a yokai around that area.
Yeah.
And so there's a ghost. He is your butler.
Whisper, yeah. Whisper is our butler, yeah. Mm-hmm. And he helps us, right? He's kind of like our guide through finding the yokai.
When you said the yokai are like what? The yokai are like the spirits.
Yeah, yokai are like spirits, right? So maybe there's something bad's happening, or like someone's tummy's grumbling. That could be a yokai, right? Oh, I'm really hungry for food, or I can't get up this mountain because there's a yokai in the way, right? So they're kind of spirits. So your job is to find the yokai.
Yeah.
But Morgan, you mentioned your butler whispers, right?
Yeah.
And what does your butler help you with?
He helps you. Let's say if he helps you what you need.
Sure, yeah. If you get to a spot that maybe you're having difficulty understanding what's going on,
you can ask him.
He kind of gives you some tips, right? He's kind of like a helpful guide. Okay. What else? Now, so let's talk about maybe the gameplay for a couple moments. How did you find the gameplay? Rylan, let's start with you.
What do you mean?
Like, what was the experience like when you played? Was it easy to play the game?
It was kind of and kind of not, because this one I had the second one, the nickname I call him.
Okay, the nickname. Yeah, go ahead. Jabanya.
And then the nickname is Sweeps.
Oh right, yeah. So you had Jabanya, which is one of the yokai, right? And he's kind of, if you look at the artwork or you've seen yokai before, he's kind of that orange cat, right?
Yeah,
Jabanya.
He's orange cat, not the purplish one.
Right. So you kind of meet him, but you were saying you found another yokai, and you got to actually change his name, right?
Yeah.
You called him Sweeps.
Yeah.
Yeah, because his nickname was Sweeps, because he had a broom, right? And I think his real name was Brushido. So you got your nickname. So that's kind of a cool thing. If you find a yokai, you can nickname them. Yeah, I thought that was really cool, right? So you can nickname them whatever you want. And those nicknames for those yokai, when you meet someone on a street pass, those transfer over. Yeah. So that was very cool. So what else did you figure out? So it was kind of difficult?
Yeah.
In what way?
Because you have to surprise the Sweeps.
Okay.
And then you gotta be really quick to find Sweeps.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it's in like an alley. It's like in an alley.
In an alleyway?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one of the things, though, right? So when you kind of have like this, like almost like a compass in some ways, right? Where you kind of find, one second, Morgan. When you find a yokai, this like kind of clue comes up, and you got to open up your yokai watch or your yokai in your guys' case, because you went with a girl. She had like a necklace pendulum thing.
Yeah.
And then you use your stylist, right? And how do you use your stylist?
What do you mean?
Well, on the screen to find your yokai, you have to kind of like move it around, right?
Yeah.
And then once it finds the yokai, it kind of does like his weird circles.
It's like his purple circles. You go to find it really quickly, and if it's low on like kind of like a battery, it goes like red. Yeah. And then you have to go really quick to find the other one of it, And then I don't know how I did mine, but it just worked automatically.
Yeah, it was just a little bit difficult. Okay, go ahead, Morgan. You tell us. You can tell. Go ahead and say.
So there's this house. There are, for the front of the game, they were going to the shop, and they were arguing about donuts.
That's right, yeah.
And then you can choose which donuts you want.
Yeah.
So they're going to give you some money.
Options.
Well, yeah.
Money
options.
And then you can pick, and then the mom and dad were still arguing. So then they said go along
and go find some donuts and stuff, and then go buy with your own money. Have your own house.
Riley.
And then so he went off, and then he got his new friends, and then there's some people that this girl went bug catching. You have to get 3 bugs, and once you get like a clue or something, that's where the bugs are, and you have to catch them really quick.
Right. Yeah, and that's a good point actually. So what I find here is there's a lot of like side objectives and side missions for you to go on as well.
And you can do bugs whenever you want.
Yeah, you could be running past a tree and the monitor could go off and you could stop there and get some bugs too, right?
Yeah.
Talking about missions, right? One of the things, so Rylan, you had this especially when you had to go somewhere. You had a map, right?
Yeah.
And what did the map show you where you had to go? How did you know where you had to go?
There was like this arrow with sometimes blue or red.
Yep.
And then it just tells you where to go, and then it activates that person or that shop thing.
Yeah, right. So in some of your missions, you may have to go find a person, or you may have to go find a certain shop, right?
Yeah.
But on the map, it's kind of nice because there's a blue arrow that shows you exactly where you have to go, right?
Yeah.
So as a person, this is kind of like your first kind of role-playing game in this way. Was that easy for you, or was that kind of hard?
Hard-ish easy.
Okay, in what way?
Like you had to follow the instructions really carefully.
Sure. Yeah.
And it was really busy because the cars were there, and there's a crossroad and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So you kind of really had to read the instructions or your objectives, right?
Yeah.
But if you had kind of missed your objectives and you weren't really 100% sure where you had to go, it was in blue, right?
Yeah.
And then when you went into your yokai pad, which is kind of like your objective list, it would tell you what you were supposed to do as well, right? And it would show you which one is indicating. So I think especially that was really nice because at times when you were having difficulty playing the game, you'd give me the gamepad, and I would just kind of take a quick look to where you were, so I could help you out and kind of get you through that. So that was pretty cool, right? What else did we discover?
We helped this guy. People weren't coming into the shop.
Yep.
And there's a yokai around. So there's this yokai. We had to guess his name. And he gave us his name, and we had to remember it, and we put it on the sign, and then he made people come, and then so people were, and then when the guy said, and the people said, "I'm hungry," and then they went in to the store,
and then everything got like half price or something.
Yeah.
And so there's this store right by. So there's this watch that all of his other friends wanted.
Yep.
That had, and he wanted, and so he went. There's this aisle that was mysterious, and so he went down the aisle, and he went into the store, and he found that watch, and it was for $1. And so he bought it, and then he said, "Are you sure?" And then he said, "I'm sure." And then he said, "Go out to the there's like this gumball machine." And so he went out, and then there's the gumball machine right by.
Yep.
And so he twisted it, and then there's a little video,
Yep.
and then looks like a really rock.
Mm-hmm.
And then he throwed it,
Mm-hmm.
and then the ghost appeared.
That was when Whisper came out, yeah. So that's something you talked about there. That's a good point. There are these kind of like short clips, actually. And I was kind of really impressed with that. Is they actually had like little anime clips in there. And they also had voiceover at times as well, and the yokai song. Like there was a lot of kind of it felt very Saturday cartoony, right?
Yeah.
And you guys actually said you guys saw a preview for Yokai Watch like on the Cartoon Network, right?
Yeah, we watched a little of it. It was like
It's
the
very
something.
famous.
Very famous. Lots of people know about Yokai Watch? Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's on commercial.
Yeah. Did you guys kind of like all this stuff? You guys
Yeah,
found
yeah.
I didn't like it, but I loved
it? You loved it. You love everything, yeah. But you guys had fun with it though, yeah?
Yeah.
Would you want to continue playing it?
Yes.
Now, do you think for someone of your age, so Morgan, you're 6, so it might be a little bit tougher, but for you, Rylan, you're 8, do you think it would keep your attention? You could play it, and you need a little bit of parent help, but not a lot?
Yep.
Okay, and then Morgan, you need a little bit more parent help, but it kind of sets parents up for success by being able to show them the objectives that you're working on.
It's a kid game. The adults do it with the kids, right?
That's a good way to put it. Yeah. So definitely as an adult, I played it by myself and I really enjoyed it. I got about 8 hours into it. I really liked it. Actually. Yeah, it's pretty good. I thought so. I really liked it.
It's not kiddie. It's really fun. It's not kid.
It's kind of kid.
It's not like a baby kid, right? It's like a probably
It's like
6 to 10 year old, 6 to 12.
6 to like 15.
Yeah, or 35. Sure, that's fair. Yeah, but you guys really enjoyed it. You'd recommend playing it? Yeah.
Yeah.
If there was a Yokai Watch 3, would you want to play it and try it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Even for the Yokai Watch 1.
You want to go back and try Yokai Watch 1. You want to go back and try the earlier one?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's cool. So that's very good. All right. Well, that's our review of Yokai Watch. You guys both really enjoyed it.
Yep.
From my perspective as a parent, I really enjoyed playing it with you guys. I thought it was really kid-friendly. I thought it was really approachable for kids. Probably target audience is probably 7 or 8 plus to be able to really kind of work on their own, as I was able to give it to you, Rylan, a couple times. You could just play by yourself. If you're a little bit younger than that, like Morgan, I had to kind of work with you a little bit more to work through it, but it was great. I could definitely see the addictive quality. I could see why people really latch onto it and play it, and why it's really popular and has its own TV show. I feel like we could probably watch the TV show and have a lot of fun with it. Yeah. We saw the merchandise at Toys R Us and stuff, so you can definitely see the presence. But I think if you're looking for a really good like first kids RPG game, fun, it's entertaining, really easy to get into on a 3DS, I think it's a good pick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. All right, guys. That's Kids Review Games and Yokai Watch 2. Thank you, Rylan and Morgan, for being in studio with me. I appreciate that. And by studio, the bedroom that has a microphone in it.
Thanks for watching Nintendo Dad!
Okay, that was a good spike. Ouch.
That's on high pitch.
That was really high pitched. See that bar right there? That's you guys.